And I need you at 10 years old to be saying, invest, steward. So if you 13, instead of you buying J's, I need you first to invest your money on a couple pair that you don't personally wear, but you start selling those jokers. And then you start selling those Nike shoes, and then after you sell so many, then you wear a pair.
This week, our show is brought to you by our partner in crime, Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, Green Juice, can supercharge your life, restore that glow, and help you feel decades younger in just 30 seconds per day without having to worry about shopping for ingredients, mixing and blending them, and then cleaning up afterwards. All ingredients are USDA organic, vegan-friendly, and made without GMO ingredients, gluten, or soy.
Hey, and super quick, man. Organifi just launched a green juice with a slight twist, guys. They've added their crisp apple, right? Apples have arrived, introducing the refreshing taste of new Organifi green juice, crisp apple. All the benefits you've come to love in the classic reset green juice with a new juicy twist. Enjoy the same fan favorite nourishing ingredients, ashwagandha, moringa, spirulina, chlorella, designed to hydrate, energize, and support cortisol balance. The new green juice, the crisp apple juice, guys, is made with organic, wholesome, hand-picked apples, and it tastes like a fresh, juicy slice in every sip. If mint just isn't for you, this refreshing new recipe certainly is. Making it the first of its kind, the whole family will love, all right? So the kids can get in on this one, guys. Apple juice, as you've never tasted it before, now for a limited time. Take the meh out of the mornings with the green juice apple crisp from Organifi.
Make sure you guys check it out at www.organifi.com/success. That's ORGANIFI.com/success.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What's going on, y'all? What it do?
Got Dr. King in the building. Just execute,
bro, all day long. Grind gear to the day I die.
And Douglas, the only one holding us down in the studio. I don't know why Carl wasn't fooling with you today.
He had that thing
studio.
He had that thing Maul think he thought he had.
Right. No, I got a little cough. Jordan brought this little cold in the house last week, and I had a little I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna
do it. Can we use that word again?
The cold word.
I got a cold. A cold.
Is that a word? Can we bring that back? Can we bring cold back?
Let me tell you something.
That's a telltale sign. Anytime somebody say they got a little tickle in their throat, little tickle.
Got a little
tickle.
AKA cold, AKA COVID.
Both times Maul had COVID, he said, "Oh man, I think I just got like a little allergy or something."
I thought I saw a putty cat.
See, what I tell you,
I did see a putty cat.
I was like, man, a little sinus infection,
little sinus infection. I got sinus. That boy Maul had the nerve to say, every year around this time I get it.
I get a COVID.
A little something, a little tickle.
Hey, my brother was sitting right up in CJ's living room. And he just coughing I'm talking about coughing, and he talking about some, man, it's allergies. It's the allergies.
Yeah, it's the allergies.
Oh, bro. He talking about, I can't smell. But I think it was the Flonase. I had took some Flonase earlier. I said, bro, out of the 72 COVID symptoms, you got 71. The only thing you ain't got is fatigue.
Yeah, what y'all think? Man. Y'all think we passed? Are we good? Y'all think we passed it, or we don't want to jinx nobody? Don't want to say nothing.
I prefer to just leave it where it's at. Let's not, let's not, tempt
don't
fate here.
It.
Yeah. Man, how's everybody feeling? Hey, shout out to everybody who watched the Oscars. You know, we don't talk about current events on the podcast.
No.
That's not our thing. But my phone, I don't know if I've ever received so many text messages in 30 seconds as I did the other night when this happened. So I know that's your boy, man. You've been reading his book.
I don't know that my timeline was as flooded like this before. Like, I don't know if every single
Everybody, bro.
talk show, every single sports, like it was on Sports Center. I think I saw Stephen A. Smith said something about it.
Bro.
Everybody said something about it. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I the only skeptic, though, that think it was staged?
Can I say this to you? See, let me just put it this way. #1 actor of the year, won the Oscars. You know what I'm saying?
Richard Williams was known for being like a little on edge and a little crazy.
And Richard Williams definitely would have did that. Richard Williams definitely would have done that.
All I'm saying is, let's not forget these are actors and this is their profession
You
and
feel
this
me?
is what they do. So I can't
let's not-
say there's not a definitive yes or no, but I'm just saying let's not forget that they do act for a living.
And Maul, what you tell me about the tickets to the concert?
Oh, bro, let me tell you something.
The comedy show.
So Camille and I, we were talking about going to the Chris Rock and Kevin Hart concert like a day or two before this happened.
Yeah.
And we looked at the prices and we were like, oh, okay, we got time. They got a lot of seats available. Man, the second that thing took place and they were talking about it, I'm talking about when Camille pulled it back up and seats, you know, you could see the seats on there.
Yeah.
They were just disappearing. Boom, boom, boom. And I was like, whoa. Price is changing. So we just hurried up and booked. So I was like, man, this is,
Wow.
is this a PR move? You know what I'm saying? Like,
How many times have you, and let me ask y'all this, how many times have y'all ever even watched the Oscars, tuned in, or even thought about the Oscars?
Once, because I heard Beyonce was wearing mint, and I thought maybe it was a tribute to Toby. So I went on, turned it on. That was the only reason I watched it, so I could see her performance. And I missed it and was like, I missed it, and I kept it on. And Diddy was like, yo, what are you watching that for? It's like it's boring. And so we end up turning it into something like Snapped or For My Man, which I guess must have been more exciting. Maul.
Hey, so Maul,
I'm not. We were trying to wait. We literally were waiting to see if Will Smith was gonna win. So I had my whole family. I'm talking about everybody was sitting around.
Oh, because of King Richard, though. It was
because of King Richard.
Because
It was because we
King
knew
Richard.
that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Maul, as I saw it, here's the truth. And see, I didn't watch it. I just saw the replays like everybody else.
Yeah.
But I didn't think about Will Smith. I didn't think about Chris Rock. What I thought about is one day on the podcast, CJ gonna say something and Maul gonna react like that. That was what came to my mind.
Oh.
Hey, quiet as kept. It already happened.
Hey,
It already happened.
it's gonna be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing. Somebody put their hands on me.
Hey,
That's
it
what I
actually
thought
already
about,
happened.
E.
It just happened. I just had a little composure and it happened off camera.
Right.
You know what I'm
Off
saying?
camera. Okay.
Keep my name out your
Wow.
mouth.
Do me a
that's
favor, though,
what I saw,
Maul.
see.
Wait, before you smack them, wait till we have a product that we can push.
That's coming out.
Oh,
Facts.
I promise you, if our ticket
it's
sales
gonna
go
sell.
double over the night, I'll take one for the team. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping.
CJ all about that bottom line. Well, CJ will write the script. All right, Maul.
Exactly.
I need you to smack me at this point.
Smack him.
Except I'm gonna have you smack Carl, not me, if I'm directing. You know what I'm saying? If I'm the director, I'm not taking the punt. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, you like I said, for those of you out there who think it's real, you just have to ask yourself, okay, a man really attacked a man at the #1 award show in the world with all these people who don't play by them rules, and they just let him stay there and gave him an award. Chris Rock could sue the whole academy for like $100 million for not keeping him safe and for letting somebody smack the dog stuff out of him and then just giving him like, come on, bro.
Dog stew.
I
Dog
will
stew,
say,
see?
I think it was
stew.
real.
Okay.
I think it was real. I think it was real.
So the Academy gets the best ratings they ever had. Will get to look like he the staunch defender of the world in this family. Chris Rock
and
ticket
for women.
sales double.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's too many things
Win-win.
aligned, bro. And not
Win-win.
one
And
bad.
then
not one-
Denzel Washington looked like, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, the wise uncle. Come on, it's too much, bro.
The sensei.
Yo, hey, it's called Hollywood for a reason. Let me just say that. It's called
That's a
Hollywood
movie.
for a reason. So
Somebody can make a movie about that.
Oh, so
Anyway.
they are. Trust me, they're gonna they will reenact this over and over again with people, different multiple perspectives, commentary. Oh, this hadn't gone nowhere. It's gonna be an annual thing where they bring up every year this happened. Yeah, this is and we know in America at least, no publicity is bad. Publicity is the saying. So this is definitely going to bring attention to both artists, and both of them are, pretty intelligent men. So they'll find a way to leverage this, and and bring some more attention and success to their careers for sure.
Yeah. I guess I didn't seen enough people in my day get slapped, and when a slap happens, it's usually pandemonium. It's not like, oh, okay, I just got slapped. And the next winner is, bruh, come on, man. You slap a grown man. Like I said, somebody got to run out on this. It got to turn it. Like y'all seen when Juwan Howard slapped that coach. It turned into a brawl, bruh. Like it's going, you know what I'm saying? It's chaos ensues. So anyway, all right, how's everybody feeling? Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
I'm wonderful, man. I feel like I'm about 27 years old again
Praise
right
God.
now.
Praise God. Praise God.
Good.
Yeah,
With the
that's what's up.
mindset, of a man that's 108.
Ooh.
Wisdom.
Oh yeah, what a perfect combination.
All right, so I'm gonna throw this to Carl because Carl called me maybe last week and was like, "Man, I see."
Hey, Maul, real quick though.
Saw the sign.
Hey, Maul, real quick though. Hey, I see you with the powder blue hat with the powder blue shirt. I just want you to know I did. You know I'm all about that life, so I did recognize. You got North. Yeah, okay. You got North Carolina winning it all or something.
You know what? I'm rolling with Duke.
Okay.
Just because of Coach K last go around.
All right.
Come on, man. Don't go with
I'm
that.
going.
Damn,
I know.
You can't do that.
I know. I was against them, and the only reason why I'm going with Duke is because then I want to say my Spartans lost to the national champions.
Right.
And then I can justify why my
And
Spartans
we
lost.
always do though too. Normally the team we
bruh.
lose to,
Facts.
they go real far, or they end up winning it all.
Remember we lost to George Mason one year and they hit the fall. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Unbelievable. So anyway, we had a discussion on this podcast before, and I like to as much as this is like, I guess, education / entertainment for y'all, like it really is our real life. Like this is, when we talk and we have these conversations, these dialogues, is really about the things that we go through on a regular basis, good, bad, or indifferent, or the discussions that we have off camera and things of that nature. And so Maul and Carl had a conversation. Now, the only bad thing is Carl called me to tell me about it, and I was like,
Stop.
you know what I'm saying? Tell me on the podcast so I can hear it for the first time myself. But these conversations that we have, we do follow up on them. We do, talk about these things off camera. It's not like we hit the off button and it is over for us. And so, Carl, I'll let you and Maul kind of, take it, and then me and E dive in when appropriate.
I got to see which conversation it is. Me and Carl, we have a lot of conversations off camera. We have more conversations off camera than we do on camera.
Facts. Hey, so no, we taking it back to the what we call it, the Carl versus Maul episode, and I was talking about the starting point has to be sacrifice. That's the word that I use. And Maul and I continued talking, and the word changed for me a lot, I should say. It's not sacrifice. The word that came from the conversation with Maul was stewardship. All right. And where I was going with sacrifice is like, yo, I got a cable bill, I can cut that. I got this other bill, I can cut that. And Maul said it on the episode. I'll just be real. He said it on the episode, and it didn't click for me until we had the second conversation. He said people don't have the information, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if I remember that. He's like, yo, yeah, you could save, and that's not a bad thing, but you don't have the information. So we're talking the other day, and literally, this transparency, I'm super transparent. I cut cable out probably 2 years ago. Tamisha got some friends coming from Barbados probably the next 2 weeks, like to come up and, just chill for a week. They got their little break. They're bringing the kids. Their kids about the boys. One boy is Jordan's age, the other one a little older. But I'm like, yo, I ain't got no cable. Like if people come to the house, like at least I gotta have cable or something. So I'm here looking through all these, like Hulu. Like should I do Hulu, YouTube, TV, whatever? And I'm seeing $60 a month, $70 a month, whatever. And in my mind, like, man, I just saved. Watch the language, y'all. Man, I just saved, how many over $100 not having cable for the last couple of years. And I'm talking to Maul the other day, and Maul said something about a college plan. And I was like, what you, like break it down, Maul. I was like, let's go back. I know that you had done the $50 to Edward Jones. We talked about that on the podcast. Yeah. And Maul said to me, yeah. Back then, I also did $50 toward my kid's college plan. And I'm like, wait a minute now. I never heard that. So here I am, and I'm just, again, super transparent. Here I am talking about saving a couple $100 a month, and it's sitting in the bank account, but I do not have a college plan for none of my kids right now. So it hit me in a different way, like, oh, sacrificing is cool. It's not wrong. But to Maul's point, if I'm not stewarding this thing correctly, and Maul, I'll kind of set you up, but Maul said to me, Carl, he's like, I'm doing the exact same thing I'm doing now that I was doing then. Yeah. The exact stuff I was investing in, I'm continuing. I still got the college plan. I'm still putting money into my kids. I still got stuff. I've added real estate. I've added this, but I'm still using my money in a way that, I'll just go right here. I'm still using my money, my time in a way that's pleasing to God. I'm stewarding everything. So saving is cool, but what do you have from saving? And it was that moment I was like, yo, I can't do it no more. Ma, I'll give one more. Ma was like, yo, and Ma, I don't know if I'm putting too much, tell me, but Ma was like, Camille and I, we were talking when he was in Jamaica. He's like, Camille and I first trip was when, Ma?
Senior year, Camille's senior year in high school, my freshman year in college.
So I'm talking about like that's 20 plus years ago. Maul is doing the exact same thing now that he was doing then. Might be on a different level now in terms of what it costs, but the pattern, the habit is the exact same thing. So I had to come back and I was like, yo, no. The real answer is stewardship, right? Because if you can't take care of the little amount that you have, like what's the point? God, planet Earth, Mother Nature, whoever you want to call it, what's the point of them giving you more if you're not balancing what you have? It's gonna break you. It's not gonna help you. So Ma, you can take it from there. But I just want to make that clear. Like, yo, stewardship. I had the wrong S. It's not. It's stewardship is the answer to the problem that we were talking about.
Yeah, and when me and Carl, we be having our conversations off camera, they be deep, you know. And I don't even think we be playing it. We just be on some, hey,
not
what's
at
up,
all.
man? And then next thing you know, an hour later, we like, oh man, it's a revelation. But it's about, stewardship. And then also another S word, Carl, is starting where you're at. And I think that was the big thing, is to start where you at. And I think a lot of people, and I think I said this before, we got that, that 9 to 5 mentality where we, where 30 years from now, life is going to be so great. Once I retire, oh my God, I'm going to retire, I'm going to have my pension, I'm going to do this. And I think that all of us start off the race, but not all of us make it to that finish line of 30 years of working a job and getting the watch or whatever they just gave Cam. See, she retired from Home Depot, and it's like, during that time period, I found out that people wake up, or when they retire, they realize that, like, man, I haven't even lived life. Or when they do retire, they don't even know how to live life. All of these things these ideas they had in their mind is literally like, I don't even know what to do now. And so when me and Carl was talking, I was just letting them know, like, bro, we're in Jamaica right now. And I was just like, man, I'm just looking, I'm always in a place of gratitude. And I think that was the thing that was going on. I was just in a place of gratitude. I was just sitting back because my kids, this trip, they had their own suite. Camille and I had our suite, and then we gave our kids their own suite.
Wow.
And I was just thinking, and I was just looking, and I don't know if Carl, he said something. It wasn't like, hey, would you have imagined that you would be doing this? But it was like, bro, we've been doing this back when I was only making $36,000 before when I was on a scholarship. We might have not been staying in the most expensive room at the resort.
Right.
But we was at the resort.
Right.
And then we were talking about
Gilligan's Island.
Oh, bro, exactly. Bro, but we would look up, AKC, we would look up to the penthouse suite that usually stay at. Whatever resort
It's a different podcast.
Hey, y'all do remember we was somewhere and was above
Top
me
of the world.
and I would look up and
right above you.
Oh, but you got
and Maul was the one that put me in the penthouse suite. For those of you who are listening,
and
Maul
I'm
put me
okay
in
with
it.
that, because the Bible tells me that when you take care of a prophet, you take care of God's man.
Yeah.
God takes care of you.
I just want you to know that I didn't really know my own. Maul gave it to me, and and Didi and I
He definitely
respectively
enjoyed it.
we respectively enjoyed it.
Oh, but so the thing about it is, but I know how to, and Camilla and I, and thank God for having a spouse that sees the vision with you and understands the vision, understands the assignment. You know, Camilla and I, even to this day, we know how to steal. We had a suite. Let's just go back to Mexico. We had a suite, a swim out suite, but yet, boom, E was still in the penthouse suite of all penthouse suites. And we know how to enjoy the suite we're in, but yet still say, man, one day we gonna be at this one. We're not gonna say, oh, because we not staying at the penthouse suite that E got, we not even gonna take a vacation. Because that's what exposes you to what the penthouse suite looks like. Right. And so the same thing going back, and Carl, this is what we was talking about, is that, you know, $50 every 2 weeks is not going to send my kids to college, right? But I knew that in order for me, one day I knew my daughters would be 17, 18 years old, and one day they will get to college. And I knew that $50 would turn into $500 or $5,000. So it's like, if you're not a good steward, like you just said, Carl, the S word, steward, if you're not a steward today, it's not just gonna happen years from now. And I think, and you know, like you were saying, that revelation came that, you know, a lot of people are sacrificing. They cutting out the cable. They cutting out, oh, we don't need to drive this car. We don't need to do this. But what are you now? What do you do? It's another side of that coin. What are you doing now with your finances? Are you still going back to, oh, I'm going to save and I'm just going to put it in the bank and then we just going to watch it grow, you know, watch it. Or, you know, that's biblical, E, right? Yeah. And you just took the money and you just buried it. By you putting it in the savings, you just buried it in the ground. Yeah. You didn't get a return from it. And so to sit back and look at my kids' 529 college plan, and the thing about it is I don't even celebrate, E. When I look at it today, I don't celebrate the amount that's in there, Carl. I celebrated the fact that, man, when it's got a date on there. It's got a date when it first started. And it's just looking like it. So I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, 2009. I started this thing in 2009. And then right now it's 2022. And I just sit back like, man, I didn't have back then. And I think that's what God really looks at and appreciates the sacrifice or blesses the sacrifice or the stewardship, because it was done in a period of my life when I didn't have. It's easy for me right now to go say, you know, go put $5,000 every month or $500, whatever into there. But I did it when I didn't have much. And I think that's the part that everybody is missing. You're trying to wait until you have much to now start putting money into things and start doing things. And God looking like, all right, it's easy now. But where was you at when it was rough? Because that's the faith part. That was the faith part. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I didn't have much money. I didn't have much, but I was a good steward over the little I had. So then now today, God has blessed me with so much more. And most people cut that blessing part because they're not doing the stewardship part of the little they have. So therefore, they'll never get to the plenty. And so that's what we were talking about. And I think something went off in Carl's head. And Carl was like, man, I cut my cable bill. Good. And he was like, and I could have. Carl was like, I could have easily started a college plan for my kids. And I think, and it's nothing, and it's, you know, to Carl's point, you know, it's just about information. It's really just about information and just knowing, like he didn't know. Yeah. So instead he took the money and put it in there, but by now he could have already, and it goes way deeper than just a college plan. You can start a trust account where by the time your kids turn 21, 30 years old, they got hundreds of thousands of dollars to maybe cover their house note or to pay their house off or to, you know, use that money to, you know, start a business or something. There's so many other options. Different. And the thing about it is, don't wait until you think that you got a lot of money, because truthfully, you'll never in your mind have a lot of money. Show God that you're serious about this thing and start now. That's like a person trying to say, I'm a tithe, E, or I'm going to start donating to church once I get money. Yeah. You know, that's
a wrap, bro.
It's like a catch-22.
If you can't tithe, you know, that's what people tell me, like, yo, I'm a tithe when I get a job. If you can't tithe when you broke, you definitely can't tithe when you rich, bro. It's way more. I'm talking about it's gonna take you way more, you know, of a sacrifice if you making $200,000 a year. You got to give up $20-something thousand a year when you couldn't give, when you made 200 and you couldn't give 20. So no question, Maul.
The scripture says it in Matthew 25, the same one with the talents, the parable of the talents. I'm gonna read it. NIV version. It says in verse 21 to the one he gave 5, and then he said it again in verse 23. So just listen to the language. His master replied, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over few things. I will put you in charge of many things." Right? And here the last line. Come and share your master's happiness.
Wow.
Bruh, I'm saying it repeats it twice. Come and share your master's happiness.
Yeah.
But it just starts with, and again, like C said, I'm using myself, y'all, as the poster child right now. Like college, cable. You know what I'm saying? You got to look through your life and see what you're paying for that could be used for, something else that Maul. And I don't know the numbers, but if I had to play catch up now, Jordan is 9. I missed 9 years of putting in $50. Bruh, what's 9 years of $50?
Compounding interest, bruh. I'm talking about.
Who knows? Depending on which investment you made, who knows what that could have been.
If I did right, but watch this now. I got till he get 18, so I'm halfway. Literally, I'm halfway, Maul, where I could have been. So now I'm starting at the halfway point to try to get to the goal. So now I got to double up. You see what I'm saying? So now
the crazy part is, do you even remember what you did with the money that you stopped cable with? If you think about it. So I think that's the part that a lot of people be quick to say, oh, I'm gonna sacrifice and cut these bills out. Oh, and it sound good. You hear about a lot of other people saying that, cut out these items, cut out this. What are you doing though now with the stuff that you cut out? Like what? And I was telling Carl this, as Carl mentioned to me about man, you made that sacrifice. And I was like, anytime I transfer money from one account to the next, that's not a sacrifice. Like I literally transferred the money from my bank account to my kids' tuition account. I'm still seeing it. It's not a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? It's not a sacrifice.
You hadn't lost it.
Yeah, I never lost it. It's still there. Matter of fact, it's growing at a higher rate. So that's not a. But I think we look at it. We got to retrain our minds because we look at that as a sacrifice, and it's not a sacrifice. You just transfer money to a different account. And I've always looked at investments that way. So I still got the money that I've had over 16, 17 years ago. I still got it. It's just in a different account. And so I just wanted people Carl, to kind of open your mind up. And I knew what he was saying, when we were actually having that first discussion. His heart was in the right place, but it was just the words that was being used. And I think, Carl made a great point to get back on here to kind of clarify it for people so that people don't miss the message that was being, because, I was all hyper too. And I was, and I'm saying, hey, the trick of the devil.
No doubt.
But it was a message still in there that when me and Carl talked, we was like, man, we got to make sure that they really understand this whole concept. And, so.
A special shout out to Coinbase for sponsoring this week's episode of the Secrets to Success podcast. Listen, cryptocurrency might feel like a secret or exclusive club, but Coinbase believes that everyone everywhere should be able to get in the door. Whether you've been trading for years or just getting started, Coinbase can help. Coinbase offers a trusted and easy-to-use platform to buy, sell, and spend cryptocurrency. For me, honestly, guys, I was super apprehensive a couple years back when I started looking up crypto and trying to understand it. And Coinbase was the platform that made me feel the most at ease as I started trading and understanding everything. They included simple educational videos that actually made it practical for me to understand, right? They support the most popular digital currencies on the market and even make them accessible to everyone. They offer portfolio management and protection, learning resources, and a mobile app so you can trade securely and monitor your crypto all in one place. Millions of people in over 100 countries trust Coinbase with their digital assets. Whether you're looking to diversify, just getting started, or searching for a better way to access crypto markets, start today with Coinbase. For a limited time, new users can get $10 in free Bitcoin. You heard me correctly, free $10 in Bitcoin when you sign up today at Coinbase.com/success. Again, sign up today at Coinbase.com/success for 10 free Bitcoin dollars, $10 in free Bitcoin, all right? This is a limited time offer, so be sure to sign up today at Coinbase.com/success.
And Mark, side note, but for real, y'all, like from my heart, this is why Mankind 360 is so important to me. Because a lot of people have been misinformed. And you're talking about a day And for those of you who decide the day before on the 20th to do an intimate session with us. Now, I'm not even going to get into that. But May 21st, mothers, your children should be in the presence of Jamal. Like, where else are you going to have your young men go? Deion Sanders, Eric Thomas, Jamal, Inky Johnson. You talking Ed Malite. You talking Jesse Isner. You know, in one night, Toby going to be there. You know, CJ, you know, everybody gonna be in the building, especially with the VIP boys. You're talking about $99 to be in the room with all those names I mentioned. To do what, Maul? To get new information. So you might have a 13-year-old. Yo, before he get to the point where he don't got the right information, you got a 10-year-old. He should be in the room.
Yeah.
He should be getting this type of insight. You're talking about a $99 investment. He should be in the room. You're talking about Super Bowl winner. You're talking about somebody that owns, you know, an NBA team. You're talking about one of the most intelligent financial advisors or own financial companies in the world. Like you're talking about Jamal, 9-to-5 millionaire. So, and it's words that they're going to hear. It's words. So it wasn't like what Carl said. There is a language, and it's no disrespect. There's a language for the middle class. There's a language for people who are on welfare. There's a language for the wealthy. The only thing that separates you is the language.
That's it.
It's the language. And that's what we're going to do on May 25th. I mean, May 21st. We're going to give you the language. So I'm going to show you the language of the poor. Doesn't make them evil people, bad people. It don't mean you better than somebody because you got money. But the language of the poor is save. The language of the wealthy is invest and steward what you invest.
Can we start? Can we start right there? Like I really think, and I'm guilty of it, and Maul probably is, you know, obviously the reason that most of us wasn't on that. But I'm gonna just be real with y'all. When I first start making money and we start like getting to like a little paper, I remember like literally saying to myself, like, if I could save 6 figures. Why? Because that's what he used to say to us.
Yeah.
He used to be like, yo, it's one thing to make 6 figures.
Yeah.
A lot of people can make 6 figures. But can you save 6 figures?
Yeah.
Right? Like, remember, he used to say that all the time.
No questions asked.
So in my
questions
head,
asked.
I was like, yo, if I could get $100,000 in the bank.
The bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not realizing that, bro, what, like, that's not even the goal. Like, okay, so let me start, like, because I don't want to assume that everybody, again, because this is relatively new information to me, because my parents worked blue-collar jobs. So I never saw my parents talking about, like, the market and investment vehicles and insurance plays and stuff like that. I just never heard it, right? Like, I knew that we had to save to go to Florida, right? Like, we was going to go to Florida. We was going to save enough money to go. So in my mind, like you said, the language of, I don't even want to say poor because we wasn't poor, we was middle class, but the language of the middle class.
That's what I said. You got middle class, working class, then you do have people who on welfare.
Save.
Yeah.
And so I never said my goal was to invest $100,000.
Yeah.
I said my goal was to save.
Yeah.
Even as recent as the last few years, when Maul would say, hey, we about to take this $1 million, it's $2 million, and we about to buy 60, properties. I still felt my heart do like a little whoop whoop. And I was like, and I used to be like, man, okay, Ma, I'm with you, dog. We got to spend it. And Ma would be like, yo, why you keep using the word spend?
Right.
Like, no. Like, let me slow down and really tell y'all, like, Ma was like, we're not, you spend it buying a car. You spend it, buying a new house, whatever. We are investing this money.
Right.
So once we buy the properties, stop looking at it as money spent.
Yeah.
Or gone.
It's
or
not
vanished.
gone.
You're like vanished, gone
and
away.
I'm telling you, I had to get that concept through my mind. And even now, like, I told my wife, I was like, yo, we probably got to dump some more money into the market just because I'm looking at it in the account. Like, it's too much just sitting there.
Yeah.
Like, and literally on the bank, they're gonna pay you 0.00 whatever on your money. But in your mind, you don't want to put it in an investment vehicle because it looks like it's gone. And I'm gonna just be real. My blue collar background, I like opening my little app and just
fake.
being like, man.
It's a fugazi though.
I'm
But
doing
Maul
it.
said it though. You can do that with your investment properties too.
Yeah.
You can go look at them. You can go on
It's not as
Zillow.
sweet. It's not as sweet looking at an abandoned building as it again in your mind as it is looking at an extra $65,000 in your account.
Oh yeah, you're right. But I'm saying the way Maul taught me was,
100%.
Maul like go to Zillow and you can see your $450,000 right there. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what your house estimated at. This is what you can sell it at. You know. So again, here's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, and man, I love y'all so much, man, for real. Especially, and again, this isn't let some on everything I love. Some young lady came to church this week and she was like, "Why you doing the man thing in May? Like, why you not doing both?" And I was like, "Listen to me. If you can cut their head off, you can cut it all off." I'm like, if you cut the head off, you can get like, if y'all remember back in the day, if y'all fighting and you get the dude that's really about that life, the other ones that were just following my man, they about to all scatter. Here's what I told her. I said, look, you got to understand something. In most cases, you know, when we look at certain, you know, domestic violence or certain things, like it's like when the leader's messed up, everybody's messed up. So I was like, yo, nobody's teaching us this stuff. So I want to come together with at least the men that are in my phone. Like, yo, y'all got to hear what I'm telling y'all. Like, this ain't no, I'm looking online for the top motivational speakers or the top speakers in the world, and then I'm calling their agents and whatever. No, these are people that I have their phone number. Like, these are people that I talk to. These are people who I know are going to bless your life, right? And here's what we're going to do. All we're doing is, I told each one of my speakers, I just need the words and the concepts to come out. I don't even need you to get up there and wax deep. This ain't even about telling your life story. I need you to give me 3 words and then give me the 3 principles of those words and then show me on each level how to go about doing that. So I need Inky, I need you to do it. Maul, I need you to do it. Jesse, I need you to do it. Prime Time, I need you to do it. E.T. gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that's there that's gonna grab that mic, that's what I need you to do. I need 18-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 10-year-olds, like CJ said, to walk away with leaving the word save alone. And I need you at 10 years old to be saying invest, steward. So if you 13, instead of you buying J's, I need you first to invest your money on a couple pair that you don't personally wear, but you start selling those jokers. And then you start selling those Nike shoes, and then after you sell so many, then you wear a pair. You feel me? Like, I need you to walk away knowing how to make better decisions. And so for me, it's a night of transformation. It's a day of sitting in front of men who've already transformed. Y'all gotta see how blessed we were. We got Maul, and Maul ain't on our team just to be on the podcast. Like, I'm not interested in Maul coming on the podcast just to be coming on the podcast. What we're doing is exposing you to the stuff that we getting. So to CJ's point, I told everybody save $100,000 and get your credit score high. Why? Because the one thing I knew Maul was cash is king. I didn't know all the stuff Maul was going to teach me. I didn't know that stuff. But for what I found out from studying was, like, yo, cash is king. If a house is worth $500,000, you know what I'm saying, and somebody can get a loan for it, but you can walk up to my man and tell my man, I got $450, I got $460 cash. You ain't got to go through no paperwork. You don't got to deal with all that. It might go through. It might not go through. Right. My man loan might go, like I can give you $450 right now. It's a whole different. You can buy a car that's only worth really $80,000, but they're gonna try to charge you $100,000. I can give you $70,000 for the car and have $10,000 worth of equity in that joker at that point. So Maul came though and took it to a whole nother level, y'all. And that's what this podcast is about. See our heart, y'all. Like, we ain't got nothing we selling at the end. We ain't trying to, like, legitimately, before I leave this earth, I'm going to use my influence and the people I know to get in front of y'all and give y'all the stuff I know, the stuff that C know that I didn't know, the stuff that Carl knew that we didn't know, the stuff that Jamal know that we don't know. and we're going to keep putting it in conferences. We're going to keep putting it in content. We're going to put it in books. We're going to have it in audio form. We're going to have it in written form. But we're going to give you some of the stuff, fair or not fair, that you never got coming up in your house, that you never got exposed to in your neighborhood, that you never got taught in your schools. Here's what we need you to do, though. It does make sense if you're listening to this stuff and you're not applying it. I got to say this because I got to get out of here. CJ, I think I sent it to you. I think my man, I don't even want to mess my man name up, all right? He'll look it up for us. I know he used to be my boy Desi Banks. In some form, he used to be an agent for him. Listen to me very closely, y'all.
Hold on, what am I looking up? Hold on.
You got it? This on life, y'all.
No. What I'm saying, tell me what you want me to look up real quick.
Just his name. I sent y'all on the podcast. I sent y'all his name, but he donated.
Yeah.
He don't listen to me, y'all. Man, I want to just say thank you to this brother. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you because
Cord Parks.
What's his name again?
Cord Parks.
Okay, Cord Parks. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think he said his brother.
Yeah, he sponsored 50 tickets.
Yeah.
To the men's conference.
25 tickets for kids, and then 25 for the fathers. That's how he's hoping it will go, Maul. Where he gave one for the child, one for the father. 50 tickets. He sponsored 50 tickets. This is why this is so important to me, y'all. Y'all know when y'all watch me on any of my Instagram stuff, and again, this is personality. This is preference. This ain't saying what we do is right and what other people are doing wrong. That's not what we own. We're just telling y'all what's authentic to us. If you watch all my stuff online, I'm not selling you. I'm not selling whatever products that I use. I'm not selling those products to you. Now, there might be a time where I might promote and tell y'all about somebody.
Organifi.
Yeah, right, CJ, in the podcast. Hey, man, any Instagram you look at, I'm not on that. Now, nothing wrong with that. But when I have cats like this who go, hey, E.T., we know you not whatever, but we about to buy 25 and 25, man, I promise y'all, man. I promise y'all. I thank y'all because what y'all showing is you can be authentic and still, like, you ain't got a like, I'm doing a conference. We need people it's kids that can't afford to, we can't. I'm not on that. I took kids to the Super Bowl on my own. I never asked nobody for 50 cents. I never put a video up saying, I'm taking a group of kids. Can y'all help me take the kid? I did what I had to do economically to make sure that I could afford sending 20 kids, whatever. So, can you read that though? At the bottom, and thank you, Charles. Charles put something together for those of you out there.
It says, man, special thanks to Cord Parks for sponsoring 50 tickets to the upcoming Men's Con in Atlanta, May 21st and 22nd, giving young men access and exposure will shift the next generation. You can also sponsor tickets by just emailing events@etinspires.com. That's events@etinspires.com. So if you out there, you come into the conference, and listen, I think this is the cheapest we've ever made any of our tickets. I think it's $100. If you're out there, you come into the conference, maybe you can't make it to the conference, but you want to, be a blessing. Events@etinspires.com, man. Sponsor, some young people, some grown people who need to be at the conference, man. Life-changing information. We are encouraging everybody from all walks of life. Yeah. If you overseas, international, wherever you're at, we are encouraging you to get to the conference. So if you want to sponsor a ticket, events@etinspires.com. That's events@etinspires.com. And if you're just looking for tickets, you're just like, yo, I just got to be there. It's IamA360man.com. IamA360man.com. I know you got to get out of here. We're going to stay on here for a couple more minutes.
I do want to say this too, though. You can also sponsor, what is it called, Carl? It's virtual for $49. This is what we're trying to do. And I need live streaming. I need y'all to pray about this. This is what we're trying to do. And I'm praying that every youth detention center, every warden would help me. We're literally trying to live stream every youth detention center that day. Every youth detention center in the world, we're trying to get them the access to Dion. We're trying to get them access to Eric Thomas, to Inky Johnson. Every youth detention center, we're trying to live stream for $49. I'm going to pay for the $49. If you want to support that as well, that's one $49. You can do 10, but we're trying to hit every state, every youth detention center. We're trying to get it live for those babies on that day to watch it. I think that's Saturday, the 21st. We're trying to have them sit there and get exposed to this because some of them getting out. And this is the type of information they're going to need once they get out. All right. So here's the last thing. We're not waiting until the 21st. Men, starting April 4th, I think it is Monday, write the number down, 256-530-0570. There's a prayer line. We will be on the prayer line Monday, April 4th. We on the prayer line, y'all. We're going to be praying together. Whatever your struggles are, whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're going through, we're here for you. So starting April 4th on Monday, 256-530-0570. We are, as men, are going to be on this line talking about our prayer requests, talking about what our needs are, talking about what we're going through, supporting each other. So we start April 4th. We're going all the way to the 21st. We will actually pray together on the 21st, right? We will pray together. So, Mom, that number goes to all your kids, your nephews, your little cousins, coaches. Get your babies on there, pastors, whatever. Get on that line Monday, April 4th. One more time, 256-530-0570. It doesn't cost anything. There's no payment. 6:30 a.m. 6:30 a.m. Eastern is when we start. We're probably going to go for about 2 hours. Stop saying, I don't have a community. Ain't nobody support me. Everybody around me negative. Stop saying that. We are going to be, yours truly going to be on the call. We will be there for you, a group of about 30 men. We've been doing this for over 20-something years. Get on the call, and look forward to seeing you guys in the building May 21st.
Hey, E, can I say one thing?
Yeah.
You know, and if you guys have sons, you know, you have young children, and, you know, this goes back to what Carl kind of started at, you know, when he was talking about, like, compounding interest, how we were talking about with that. Like, literally, you want to start right now with your children. In the same kind of way, like we was telling with Carl, like, even if you just can invest $50 or $100, because there's a thing called compounding interest, which takes what you have, the little you have, and it makes it grow. In that same way, your kids, your children will have compounding exposure, right? Compounding exposure in their life, where what you start today, will compound and grow.
Yeah.
So you can't wait until your kid hits 18 to start trying to teach them and expose them to things. You have to start today, and it will compound in a way that you couldn't even imagine.
Compound exposure.
Compound exposure.
Huh.
Put it on a t-shirt. He got to roll out. Y'all know his wife has an appointment he's got to make it to. But real quick, because I want to make sure I don't rob the people. How long we been on? Anybody know?
I don't know. I was just looking. I have no idea. I don't have my regular stuff.
So I know. I don't feel like we hit an hour. You know what I'm saying? So I do, but I did want to run something back. I know E had the roll, but I want to run something back. You know, about the two of y'all conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the word sacrifice, Maul. And I feel like I want to make sure people are clear on it. Like, you're big on words and power and giving it meaning and stuff like that. And like, when you hear, all right, we about to sacrifice, even though, you know, I see what Carl's saying. Like, can you break down why that terminology could be kind of defeating? Like, you see okay, so let me say it like this. I see cats get divorced.
Yeah.
Because they was like, oh, we about to sacrifice. And for the next 10 years, we ain't watch it. Like, and you just living in a little dungeon and you with a candle and you like, yo, we not going out to eat. We not watching nothing. We not doing nothing. Like, Mark, can you talk about the danger of even like seeing it as a sacrifice or living in that sacrifice kind of lane, and how that can, like, your family is growing now. Like, your kids deserve to go to Disney now. Like, you can't take your kids to Disney when they 35. You know what I'm saying? So like, finding the balance, or finding like how to say it differently so it don't seem like we're like I don't care how you put it.
Losing.
It sounds like you're losing something.
But that's what I was gonna say. See,
Right.
I don't even like. I've never, and this ain't just Jamal today. Jamal back then, years ago, never liked that word sacrifice. And if you look up the definition of sacrifice, it's an act of slaughtering.
Oh,
An act of slaughtering.
ouch.
Offer or kill as a religious sacrifice. You know, words that's synonymous with it is slaughter. You know, what sacrifice? So I never liked that word anyway, sacrifice. I like investing better. You know, if
Right, and
always,
that's what I mean. Talk about that, because again, I think people get that mindset of like, you telling your wife, like, oh, I would love to go to that, ETA trip. Like, I want to, they going to Mexico, and you like, oh, we got to sacrifice right now. And she like, okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, not saying that you should go. I'm saying, how can we reframe our minds to not feel like we're slaughtering everything?
Yeah, because I think, and that's a great question. I used to always see, it's always two sides of things, right? And so I would look at, and I would do this. I would take a piece of paper and I would draw a line in the middle. To the left of it, I'll put the act. Go to ET conference, and then I put on the other side of it, what's the benefit? What am I getting from it? So now when I look at that act, or some people would say that sacrifice, what's the investment? What's the return? I always look at the ROI, which is return on investment. ROI is not just, as far as with money, there's a return on investment in everything you do. And so I think a lot of people don't look at the ROI on things. They just looking at, how much is it going to cost me? They take that same poor mentality, right, when it comes to money, and they spill it over to every area of their lives. They don't see the investment in it. So I look at the ROI. What's the return on investment that I'm going to get if, we're trying to save for this, but by me taking my son to ET Men's Conference, what return on investment am I going to get on this $100? The return on investment, then on the other side, I'll write that. The return on investment is I am now imparting knowledge, imparting some words, some information into my son that's priceless. When you think about it, you're going to let $100 stop you from your son from being exposed to other great men, to men that you might say, I want my son to grow up and be on this kind of track. So now that little $100 that you think you're sacrificing, but what you're really doing is not sacrificing $100. You're really killing your kids. You're slaughtering their exposure is what you're doing. You're slaughtering your children's exposure by trying to hold on to $100 that's not even real. That's not.
I was gonna say the other side of it, Ma, is it's perceived control. Like I've been processing, like sitting here thinking the whole time, and see, you talked about it. When I could go look at it in my bank account, I feel like I have this measure of control.
100%.
Perceived, I'm using that word intentionally. Perceived control. I feel more like I have this $100, so that if anything comes up, I got it. And I heard a sermon this weekend, and the guy said, what we do to get control is we make our world smaller. The smaller something is, the better you can hold it and control it. But it's perceived control. You really are losing out. Just to be practical, Ma, you losing out on exposure. That summarizes it. You losing out on exposure. Whether that's business, family, fight, whatever that is, you're losing out on exposure for this perceived control. Like, I got it right here. I can look it up. I don't want people to hear that and understand. It is not what you think. You actually have way more control when you're investing. Because now you're not only controlling now, Ma, you're controlling the next 5, 10, 15, 20. And if you do it right, you're controlling the generations beyond you. That's real control. But your worldview has to open up in such a way. It's not this little thing no more.
Yeah. And I think people don't really see, they don't value exposure.
Yeah.
I think that's the real big thing. And y'all know me. Like, see, I'm all about that exposure life because I know what it did for me. I'm telling you, that time that I talk about when I went to go visit my boy, and I heard about millionaires, but to actually physically see it. And what's so crazy, man, just show y'all a God moment, Carl. In my keynote, and I always tell y'all in my story, the only millionaires that I've seen was who at the time when I was younger? Who was the only millionaires that I saw on TV?
Oh, Lifestyles of Rich and Famous.
Well, Lifestyles of Rich and Famous, and also athletes.
Right.
Yeah.
And I talk about the two athletes. I always name two athletes that I saw growing up that exposed me to I was looking at them like, man, I want that kind of life. And those two athletes was Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders. And then now I'm about to be speaking with Deion Sanders
on stage.
on the stage. It's just I can't even make this stuff up, man. But that people don't value exposure, so they really make money their God, and they really hold on to. You really say, I'm gonna hold on to these dollars as opposed to putting them dollars out there to expose my children, expose my family. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something real funny. Little Jay, just a couple days ago, we were at the barbershop. And, and it's funny now because he's still young. He's 6 years old. But I tell him I had to pull him to the side after we were done. Like, you can't do that. We were at the barbershop, and the barber was cutting little Jay's hair. And it was quiet in the barbershop. It was packed, but it was quiet, which is usually weird. Usually people be in there talking and stuff. But I guess it was early morning and early Saturday morning. And everybody was in there, and they were just, quiet. And all of a sudden, little Jay, he loves to talk. Little Jay just all of a sudden asked the barber, he's like, because I told little Jay we was going to have a swimming day at the house, right? We was going to swim, boom, we're going to do the pool and sauna, hot tub, all that. And then little Jay was just like, he was like, do you have a pool in your house? Everybody looked. And then the barber was,
bathtub, you mean?
Oh, bro, the barber was like, he was cutting little Jay hair. He said, no, I don't have a pool. And then little Jay was like, oh, do you have a tennis court? And then the barber was like, the barber looked at him and was like, nah, little man, I ain't got a tennis court. Then little Jay said, Then he shook his head. He said, do you at least have a basketball court in your house?
At least.
I was like, and I at this point, I'm like, little Jay, shut up. Like, we gonna get robbed. Like, dog, like.
Where you stay at, little man?
And then the dude was like, and then he just stopped and was like, no, I don't have that. He said, do you have it? And little Jay's like, yeah. He's like, I also have a movie theater. I also have a club. And he just started, and it was just, he said it with so much confidence. He said, and it felt like that was like a little Richard Williams moment when my man was interviewing Venus. It was like, how do you say this with so much confidence? And then I was like, he said what he said. Now this little boy got his confidence, and you trying this little dog. And I was just like, his reality is so different.
Crazy.
It's so different. But and it's like at 6 years old, this is his reality. This is his. How does that, Carl, compound over the years now in his process of speech, in his process of what he believes is possible, in his process of how he invests money, in his process of even what he does for his children? It's compounding already in my children. So I was just like blown away. And a lot of times I let little Jay just talk. I let it because I need him to get it out. I need to, because he's experiencing something that I ain't never experienced. He is the investment. He's the return on investment. He's my return on my investment that I made years ago. And so now I get a chance to see what this investment looks like. And I want him to talk because I want to be able to coach him through the way, along the way, and say, this is right, this is not right. And so, man, I was just saying that to say, like, a lot of people need to start now because there's a compounding effect that's taking place in your family, and you don't want them to miss out on it. You don't want it to be missed out on. You don't want to sacrifice, because when you think you're sacrificing your cable bill, you think you're sacrificing, some type of, payment or whatever, and you feel good because you got this money sitting in the bank, but what you're really doing is sacrificing the exposure that your family is supposed to be getting. You're sacrificing it. So, and you got to start now, man. You got to start in their younger years. It's important. It's important, man, because that compounding effect will show itself later in life.
100%. No, that's good. That's a good place to end it, more. And again, man, I just want people to watch their wording, watch the terminology, watch the terminology you use around your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said it, more like I'm pretty sure Lil J never heard like, some of them terms, those blue collar terms that we had that had us nervous to sacrifice or to invest and things of that nature. So, man, just, again, we investing, we future millionaires, billionaires, get that through their head quickly. again, man, we want to definitely check y'all out at the conference. It is iama360man.com. We're going to be all the conversation we had today, times 100, man. It's going to be a lot of information, a lot of nuggets. So make sure you're there. iama360man.com. For those of you, again, who want to sponsor, you felt led and compelled to get some tickets for some other people. Events at etinspires.com. Shoot Charles and them an email over there. Just let them know what you're trying to do. They'll take care of you. Make it very easy, simple. Maul, what's going on with Make Real Estate Real, bro?
Man, Make Real Estate Real, man. People are really, man, I need y'all to really hear these numbers. I just sent CJ, one of our students, his first rehab. His first one.
I got the text right here.
Yeah, well, you want to read it?
Yeah, I got you. Let me pull it up.
This is my man's first one. This is what happens when you get information and you
Crazy.
execute on the information.
Shout out to Zach. Selling my first investment property. Went under contract today with a cool $140,000 profit. Hashtag Make Real Estate Real. And that's my man, Zach. Congratulations, man. That's amazing.
I can't save that from my cable bill, Ma. I can't save that.
And the crazy part about it is my man just took money and transferred it. He didn't spend it.
Yep.
He transferred it from the bank to the bricks. And then he added his vision to the bricks. And then all of a sudden now, those bricks now is going to make him $140,000 net profit on top of the money he transferred
Right.
to those bricks. So if he transferred 15, 20,000, he's going to get back his 15 or 20,000 and get another 140,000 profit on top of that. And if he would have had that 20,000 just sitting in the bank, it wouldn't have made him $140,000 over 100 years.
Yep.
So literally, it's like this is what transferring money from the bank to the bricks will do for you.
Absolutely. Carl, what y'all got going on over there?
Man, so we closed our I2M. We got that one launched and going. Sorry, y'all missed out. But I2C is still open. That's our idea to creation, man. You get access to all our courses, right? So from the Solo Creator Pro Challenge, you're talking about mobile masterclass, how to shoot with your mobile phone. You get Canva. Canva is something that everybody's going like, man, I don't know how to do Photoshop. You got to do a whole lot. Canva is an app you download and you could create, I'm talking about just as amazing content right on your phone. So all these courses you get, man, if you just sign up with I2C, so just go to deeperthanthebrand.com and sign up for I2C. Like, don't even play around. We are teaching you all the tactics and strategies that we used. Man, shout out to Nikki. Nikki just did Social Media Examiner. Like, that's a huge conference in social media, in the social media space. And that's who you're learning from, guys. You're learning from me, of course, with the ETA brand. You're learning from Nikki. You're learning from Jose. Like, the whole crew, we're on every call teaching you. So, yeah, get in there, man, and make sure y'all sign up.
Yep. Also, myrollingbillboard.com, man. If you're looking for a creative, innovative way to get some exposure to your business, get it on the next level, man. Have that thing rolling down the highway. Millions of people looking at your ad every day, whatever it is, man. You got a podcast, you got a tax service, doesn't matter. Whatever it is, myrollingbillboard.com. Maul, how did your truck look? I know you saw it in person yesterday.
It was so crazy. Why did we pull a truck up to Home Depot out of all places?
Yeah.
Everybody know me at Home Depot. So I'm talking about, bruh, people was coming out like it was a music concert. They were like, I'm getting phone calls, text messages like, Jay, I see you on a truck. Yeah,
let's go.
Like, people like, man, you got your own truck. And I just like, man, look, this is crazy, bruh. Like y'all know I'm all into real estate. My rolling billboard is real estate on wheels.
On wheels.
Yeah.
I like it.
Real estate on wheels. I'm talking about more people called me yesterday from this 18-wheeler that's got my advertisement on it than they called me when the billboard was stationary in one spot.
Yeah.
And that truck was only there for maybe about an hour. So more people called me and so I would have to say that if more people saw that truck in an hour yesterday than what they saw in 30 days by being in one spot, like literally, my rolling billboard will take your business to the next level and it will be seen by millions because it's rolling, baby.
Yep, myrollingbillboard.com. All right, that's it for me, y'all. Appreciate y'all joining us. We out of here. We'll see you next week.
Let's go.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.